Welcome to the Hollywood Raw podcast. I'm Dax Holt. Over there is Adam Glyn. Today is our Raw Rundown, where we get to all the top entertainment stories of the week. We got a fun show for you today. I think there's a lot coming up. So many Taylor Swift stories. I feel like she is a part of multiple. She's just kind of everywhere this week. So we'll get into a bunch of stories with her. There's a couple Disney stars that reunited for the first time in like over a decade. There's some Johnny Depp news on maybe reviving one of his most famous characters. And Justin Bieber also did a really cryptic post this week that I want to get into. So Adam, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. Summer, I don't want to say it's coming to an end. I mean, I'm trying to take full advantage of it. But this past week, I did a episode, not with you, Dax. I did it, I guess, recorded more than a week ago. I forget how long I recorded it. It was with Teresa Giudice. And we're getting a lot of feedback on it. Some people loved it. Some people did not. Some people weren't a fan of her. Probably some people weren't a fan of me, and that's fine. But I'm not mad I did it. I'm very interested in her. It was I wouldn't say it was very weird. Because, I've never really sat in a room, just me and Teresa. It was sort of weird. And I don't think she really knew who I was. She's like,
we've done a show with her before.
Yeah, but dude, I still don't think she knows my name, my face. I don't think she does. So it was weird. I'm in the room waiting for her to come in. I was actually running a few minutes late because I thought she was going to be late. And she was actually there earlier than I was. But they had her in in a green room, in a different room. So then all of a sudden they're like, all right, this is your first guest. And I think they told her about me, but they didn't really explain. And she's been on our podcast before. I've interviewed a bunch of times. I've seen her around a bunch of times. She walks in the room. She's like, oh, it's you. I was like, oh, you probably didn't even know who I was. You probably just saw the cue cards and I was like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. We hug. So I guess we were supposed to do a collab episode, which is an episode for the both of us. The way it started, it was she just starts doing an episode for her podcast. I'm like, well, I thought this is going to go for hours too. And I don't need anyone to hear me get interviewed again because we just did that. So I don't want to say it. I kind of took it over. I think it was probably for the best to make the episode somewhat interesting for everyone. I didn't even get into half the stuff I wanted to. They kind of cut us off. But as soon as we got into the thick of it, I don't care about the jail stuff. She's talked about that. She's talked about everything.
We've talked about it with her before. Yeah. We've talked all about the jail stuff and her cooking in jail and all. If you haven't heard that episode, go to it. It's really a good episode with her and talking about how she was one of the main cooks in jail and she was cooking for all of her cellmates. It was a good episode. But yeah, you're right. We've already hashed that out.
Yeah, it was one of those things where I was trying to there's other interesting things about her. For me, I'm always curious about the dumbest things. What is your grocery bill every week when you shop? What food? What supermarket do you go to? Are you only Whole Foods person? And when you go to Whole Foods once a week, how much is that bill roughly?
Or do you shop at Air One? Do you spend $10,000 a week at Air One?
I know. She's Jersey. We don't have Air One in Jersey, but she's. But yeah, I'm just these are the things that I'm curious in, how it works. Does she negotiate her own deals, or from what I've met from a lot of the housewives, very few of them have one manager, one agent. So she just does different deals with different people. And it's she could be getting screwed over by a bunch of things. I don't know. It's just the whole thing is
that's been her MO, unfortunately, is I feel she trusts everyone around her and then it fucks her over every time.
Yeah. So but I'm glad I did it. I actually want to kind of interview again. So
I thought it was a good interview. The quality, seeing it in that studio really makes me realize how shitty our backgrounds are. Because the video looks so nice. You guys were all professionally lit. And then I just look at our video. I'm like, God damn, we look like poor ass bastards. I did something fun as well. I did a live studio taping with Zack Peters. We've had him on the podcast. He's got the No Filter with Zack Peters podcast. It's huge. And he invited me to come out and do a taping with him in front of a live audience because he was on tour. Really fun. I truly enjoyed it.
So the photos. It was a good turnout.
Yeah, it was a good turnout, and it was in Inglewood, so it was up by SoFi Stadium and this theater. But a lot of people there. So many people came up to me afterwards saying how either they discovered Zack through our podcast or vice versa, and that they listened to every episode we put out. Just a lot of love for the Hollywood Raw podcast there. So that was really fun. Got to meet some cool people. Sat next to Gretchen Rossi and Slade in the audience. Haven't seen them in a hot minute. Yeah, it was fun. Met Chef Stu, which I apologize. I'm supposed to be doing a crossover episode with him at some point. So it was a good time. That was the first time I had done like, I guess, a studio audience podcast. I've been to one before. I went to Heather McDonald's, but I haven't like been up on stage myself. So that was fun.
Very cool. All right. Enough about us. You tuned in to hear about the top 10 stories of the week. How do we pick the top 10 stories of the week? It goes by Google search. It goes by data. And lastly, it goes by our personal opinions. But ultimately comes down to the data, what you guys are clicking on. And for some of you, we're really clicking on Taylor Swift this week. So we're going to get all into that. Before we get into that, though, you have a review, right, Dax?
I do. And this one is dedicated directly to you, Adam. So this one comes from Leah Laurie. It actually says, 2 hot guys with a fire emoji, 5 stars. Hi, Adam and Dax. Love your guys' show. Quick question for Adam. Adam, when was the last time you went on a date with a girl? Just wondering because you always are saying how, quote unquote, pretty girls are. It seems like you haven't been with a girl for a long time.
It's been a long time. Yeah. I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with. I don't know. Is that weird for me saying like, yeah, they're.
No, and I will say about Adam, he likes to compliment women all the time. So it's him. I don't think that it means anything bad.
Dax, you're acting like some construction guy on the street, like whistling at girls. Like, no, like I'm like, no. People always ask me, like, I meet a lot of people, like, how they look in person. Like, they're really pretty. Like, and I think that is just the way that you genuinely like. Can I be canceled for that?
No, you can say someone's pretty. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't say if they're ugly either.
That is normally the first thing you go to. You're not like, oh, she has great shoes, or wow, her personality was great. It's, damn, she's hot in person.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I mean, yeah, she looks very good in person. I'm a fan, and I think that's what I'm just so used to talking to like my friends all day. Like, I don't have real conversations except for this, and I know this is like media, so you have to be more professional. But I'm like, yeah, no, like sometimes you seem like, oh, they're like you know, yeah, man. Sorry, I mean, yeah.
You don't need to be sorry about shit, bro.
All right, I'm gonna start calling them out when I see them. They're ugly too. I'm gonna be like, oh, I saw they were ugly. They're oogly. I'm gonna start doing that too. All right, let's get to the Raw Rundown, Dax, starting with number 10.
Number 10, so, Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband passed away recently. She actually canceled some shows in Vegas because of his passing. But come to find out, he was actually in a secret, quote-unquote, loving relationship with one of her former assistants before he died, and they were apparently soulmates, according to the girlfriend's father. But Kelly Clarkson, she, like I said, she canceled her upcoming residency, at least a couple tour dates. Because of this, the father of her children passed away. He had melanoma. He basically fought the cancer for about 3 years and then ended up passing away. But what was interesting, no one knew that he was in a relationship with one of her ex-assistants until a obituary came out, and it revealed that. So the obituary basically said, Brandon, along with his beautiful and loving partner in life and business, Brittany Marie Jones, started building a life, building companies, and working tirelessly to create headquarters, livestock auction, and what will live on in his legacy. So that obituary got released, and everyone's like, wait, who is the girlfriend? And then you go and look her up, and according to LinkedIn, she was Kelly Clarkson's assistant from December 2016 to December 2018, and everyone was kind of shocked. And note this, she was fired, or employment was terminated in early 2020. That was the same time Kelly Clarkson filed for divorce from her husband at the time. So I don't know
is that part of the reason why there is some really bitterness in that breakup?
I'm going to guess it. Yeah, if he was in this relationship and it caused the divorce, then yes, that would kind of make sense. So pretty interesting. And then what I was going to say was her father, the girlfriend's father, posted on Facebook a little tribute and said, yesterday we lost a good man, Brandon Blackstone, my daughter's soulmate, and I considered him my son. So clearly they were pretty tight with the family. This is not just some little fling that for her father to say that was the soulmate, this relationship was going pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, listen, sad all around. The guy has kids. Kelly Clarkson's like canceled a bunch of projects going on because of this. Uh, I think we're just surprised to, this was a pretty nasty divorce. We're hearing so much about it. And now we're hearing, hey, maybe this could have been part of the reason. There's news that she just canceled another show. She's backing out of a concert in Texas after the death of her husband. So, yeah, she's obviously going through it. Ex-husband. So there's a lot going on there. He's the father of her kids.
Yep.
Not much else I could say about that. I wish I had a hot take on this, Dax, but I don't. I mean, it just sucks all around.
Zero hot take.
Yeah. Number 9.
Sean Kingston is begging his judge for house arrest ahead of his sentencing. If you remember, him and his mom were found guilty of fraud in over $1 million worth of money that they basically defrauded out of businesses. The singer he's currently out on a $100,000 bond. His mother, not so lucky. She's actually behind bars right now. But both were found guilty on 5 charges in this case. His mother was already sentenced to 5 years in federal prison. It seems that Kingston will also get a probably similar sentence. He was he's asked the court for like half the time, citing all of his charitable work and lack of jail time, and that he's already kind of served some jail time, and that he hasn't been a prior offender. So, and then he's also got people that have put in some character letters to kind of like support his plea. So he's hoping to knock down his jail sentence from like 6 years to 3 years to see if that will happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. He's got his sentencing. It's actually, we're recording this on Thursday, but he's got the sentencing on Friday. So it won't make the Raw Rundown this week, but we will find out before we go into the weekend how long Sean Kingston will spend behind bars. If you remember, they basically stole a bunch of money from some companies. They got like $150,000 I think SUV. They got a bunch of jewelry. They got all kinds of stuff. Here we go. It was a Cadillac Escalade valued at $160,000. They defrauded from a car dealership. They defrauded multiple jewelers for $480,000 worth of jewelry. $86,000 from a luxury bed company called Murray. And then, so this all happened between October 2023 and March 2024. And then they got caught. And so now he is pleading. So anyway, we'll see what happens there.
I'm surprised Bieber, you remember him and Bieber had such a great relationship, and Bieber didn't get involved with this and say, hey, how can I help? The other thing about this is, it's not the other thing about this. I actually went to Sean Kingston's house one time. I was working on a project.
Really?
Where we had to go to his house. So we go to his house, right? We had like a 10:30 in the morning appointment with him, right? I get there like 10:30 in the morning, and we knock on the door. It was in LA. It was in like, I think the hills. I don't know like the area, but it was like the hills. But like there was no backyard. Like the backyard is a mountain, so it's not like you have like a lawn or anything.
Just like a view.
But yes, like you not even a view. You just go. It's like right into the mountain, so there's like not that much room. But I remember it was a very tall house, and it looked like the house looked like the house from Real World San Francisco. Why do I know that? I don't know. Anyway, I love the Real World. Anyway. So we walked into his house. He obviously was renting this house because there was like nothing in the house, nothing. And his mom was there. And she greets us in the kitchen. And she's like, oh, yeah, Sean will be right down. And all of a sudden, we're waiting there for like 30 minutes waiting for this guy to come down. We're like, dude, like we're in your kitchen waiting for you to like shoot a few lines with you. And like he finally came down. Like, I don't know if he just woke up or he just didn't want to do it. He came down like he's wearing like a black shirt with all like the lint on it. Like there was just lint all over it. It was like the funniest thing for this guy to come.
I love that is what you remember most about Sean Kingston. Linty ass shirt that he just picked off the floor and put it on so you could hang out with him.
Dude, he came down so linty. I was like, oh my God, there's Sean Kingston. We're in his house. Like, how am I here right now? Like, not like I'm the biggest Sean Kingston fan, but he's a celebrity. And I'm still like, wow, I'm in a celebrity's home. Well, obviously looking back, I was like, oh, he's definitely renting this house. But I remember he was just like, oh, what's up, guys? I was like, dude, we're in your house. Like, I would greet a handyman better than the way you greeted us. Like, it was just so like, like, why don't you ask us our names? Like, what are we doing? What's going on? But it was so random and weird. And I don't know. It was not, I
So
mean, listen, we
funny.
took a photo with him at his house, but I just remember like how like out of touch, how weird everything was going on.
Random
Like,
it was.
I remember like the mom opened up a kitchen cabinet and there was like no food in there. I was like, where are we? Like, did you guys just pick this house up just to shoot this thing in your house? It was so random. All right.
By the way,
I don't know why I just told the story.
I have to say one other thing I thought was funny about this case was, so, you know, I kind of mentioned that he asked for character witness statements from people. So no, he didn't get one from Justin Bieber. He got one from his local grocery store clerk and a delivery driver. that attests that he, you know, has ties to the community. I'm like, hey, Mr. UPS man, do you mind just writing a character witness for me? I know, like, I'm just going to show this to the judge, and the judge is going to be like, this is great. Thank you for the checkout boy at the grocery store and the UPS driver for their letters. Like, you have no one else to write you a character witness? It's so weird.
And we get my Grubhub guy to give a review of me, a recommendation.
That's hilarious.
That's great. All right, number 8.
Number 8. Jerry Bruckheimer actually thinks Johnny Depp would hop aboard a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie should the right script be presented to him. This would be a huge deal considering Disney basically gave Johnny Depp the boot during the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard saga and the court case. If you remember, Disney was like, oh, we're done. We got to move to separate directions. Like, it was just a really bad time publicity wise for him. And I don't think that they realized he was going to wind up on top of that entire court case. And so now Jerry Bruckheimer was talking to Entertainment Weekly, and he said, listen, I have been having talks with Johnny about reprising the role. And he said, if he likes the way the part is written, I think he will do it. And it's all about what's on the page. And that's all we know so far. So this would be the 6th film. And they're in talks with it. I mean, the last one was done years and years ago, but this is a potential to see Johnny Depp back as Captain Jack Sparrow, which would be massive. And I think the audience would go crazy. I think there's a fan base that really wants to shower him with love because of everything that he's gone through. I think this would do huge numbers.
I think it would do great, and I hope they do it. Even though I've never seen a Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
What is wrong with you, Adam? How honestly, have you not seen a... Oh, my God. Your movie habits drive me bonkers.
The movies are too long.
Someone... Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, you've never seen The Matrix. You've never seen any of the, like, Jack Sparrow movies or Pirates of the Caribbean. What is wrong with you?
There's a lot. But we don't have to get, that's a whole another episode, what is wrong with me. But
dude, these movies are phenomenal.
But let me tell you this, Dex. I've seen a bunch of the movie. I just never watched the movie from front to back. I've seen tons of, I don't want to say clips. Like,
moments.
I know I would like the movie, and I watch a lot of moments with it. And from everything, there's nothing I dislike in the movie. First of all, I love like I like the plot of the movie based pirates. I think the acting's phenomenal. I love like everything about the movie. I just haven't watched the movie from front to back. But back to the story, I do think this movie would do insanely well. I think it would be a smart move for Johnny Depp to do it. I just think they need to wait until the script is absolutely perfect. The question is, how do you know when a script is perfect? You know, Happy Gilmore 2. Some people loved it, some people didn't like it. But to the writers, to the producers, they thought the script was perfect. So I hope they don't. You know, you need to rush it because Johnny Depp is getting older, unfortunately. However,
he'll be covered in makeup. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess. Give him some stem cell. He'll be good. But you got to make sure the script is good. You got to make the project. I think he should do it 100%.
This thing, I think, should be a no-brainer. Make the right script. Get him back on there. Every movie they've put out with Pirates has been a gigantic success. Brought in a lot of money. I've dressed up as Johnny Depp like 3 or 4 times. Because I think the character is so good.
I have seen you doing that. And
good.
Honestly, I do think it is good. Again, unlike The Matrix, I have seen a lot of Pirates of the Caribbean. I've just never watched it from front to back. So, okay. But, I hope they do it. I think they should do it. Dax, number 7.
All right, number 7. Taylor Swift caused Justin Baldoni to hemorrhage money during this entire process of Blake Lively versus him going to court, all of it. Here is why. So Justin Baldoni's PR team, they basically said, look, we are going to help you get through this crisis. The PR team, by the way, is Jed Wallace's Street Relations, Inc. They said, yeah, we're going to help you get through this whole thing. But because of Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's relationship, they were afraid. They were afraid of all the Swifties that were going to come after them and the PR avalanche that was about to happen. So they tacked on an additional $30,000 a month to his bill just to deal with all the Swifties that could come after him. That's kind of interesting, don't you think, that they use the whole Taylor Swift and her fan base against him to charge him more? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a weird slippery slope because the amount of hours you need to put into this case. Now, most PR companies charge an average, I would say, $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And you have to do a 3-month retainer, so 3 months of $5,000 or $10,000 a month each month. Sometimes they go off retainer if an actor's not working on a project. But the amount of hours a person must deal, and probably a celebrity, a crisis management publicist has to deal with this situation, is you can't even process it. You have to kind of give up other clients to kind of put so much energy and emphasis on this story because it took over the news cycle and there's so much going on with it with the legal. So yeah, I mean, I think their PR company, rightfully so, needs to charge a little more for the amount of hours they need to put into this.
Yeah, but it's not even relating with, the crazy part is it's not even dealing with Blake. It's dealing with Blake's friend, Taylor, and all her fans. They were afraid that Taylor's fan base was going to come after Justin just because of the relationship.
I think a lot of that comes into, though, the PR company is going to help out with the Google search. They don't want to have anything to come up on the Google search, try to maybe come after people. Sometimes these PR companies play a little dirty where they could get the social media teams as far as X, Instagram, Facebook, and let's say they're an anti-Justin Baldoni post, but they used copyright material. They're going to do everything they can to go after that material and go after that person for copyright material just to kind of lower the silence or lower the voice. So you have to use all the resources you can.
That's crazy. I mean, this guy got totally screwed in all directions. Like the amount of money he's hemorrhaged in the last year.
But did she get screwed too?
Himself. Who, Blake?
You're saying he got screwed, but I mean, I think it was screwed. Everyone got screwed, right?
Oh, I think, I mean, the smartest thing was the movie was actually good. The movie was not bad on Netflix. I'm not gonna lie, it was not bad.
Are you gonna give me shit because I didn't see this movie either?
No, this one I don't care. This one, and the only reason I watched it is because we talked about it so much that I felt like I needed to watch it. But it wasn't bad. But then all this publicity came in, everyone watched it, and now you can't make a second one. So yeah, idiots. Okay, anyway, move on.
Number 6.
Number 6, the big question this week is Machine Gun Kelly and Sydney Sweeney, are they hooking up? Is there a relationship? What is happening between the two of them? Machine Gun Kelly actually talked a little bit about this. He was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and one of the fan questions came up, hey, if Sydney Sweeney, you guys, are you friends, more than friends? Like, what's going on? And his response was, shut up, dude. So instantly everyone on the internet's like, wait, does that mean they are actually dating? That there has been some kind of relationship between them? According to TMZ, that is a big fat no. They were seen partying together out in public right after she split from her fiance. They were, I think, in Vegas together with Patrick Schwarzenegger. There was like a photo that went out. So everyone just assumed, oh, Sydney Sweeney, who's she dating? It seems like the answer is no, according to everyone close to him, that they were not secretly dating. That was not code for him when he said shut up. That was not code for, hey, don't ask me these questions. We're together. There's literally nothing more than just a platonic friendship between the two of them, which I am surprised Sydney Sweeney is not fueling the fire of this one. She's so good at press and leaning into any type of dating relationship rumors. I'm surprised she isn't trying to get in on this action right here.
MGK is an interesting guy. I think he's one of those guys where you want to hate on it as an older person, but yet again, you kind of want to watch him. I like his new album. I like the the Tickets to My Downfall was a great album. He's a very unique guy, but of course that answer was just going to bring in people to speculate. They kind of clarified, hey, nothing happened, but I kind of am interested in if MGK actually got into the details, what happened with him and Megan Fox and what things got sour. They've kind of danced around exactly what happened, but I don't think we'll ever know the exact truth of what's going on there. But I like MGK. I do like him. He actually, the only time I didn't like him was when he was on Howard Stern. I thought he was a really tough interview because he talked all low. He talked like he was like Bob Dylan. I'm like, dude, chill. But he was very likable on Andy Cohen, and Andy, you could tell that had enjoyed him. So, yeah. All right, number 6.
We are number 5. Zoe Kravitz apparently destroyed part of Taylor Swift's home when she stayed at her house during the LA fires. So, Zoe Kravitz and Taylor obviously go way back. They've been friends for a long time. Zoe's actually helped her write songs on her last album. It's a whole thing. Well, during the fires, she had to get out of her home and she went to stay at Taylor Swift's house. Her and her mom, Lisa Bonet, were there. They brought their snake, the whole thing. Well, she was on Late Night with Seth Meyers on Tuesday, and she was talking about, hey, Taylor Swift, she opened her home. Well, kind of interesting story was that the day that they were going to go move out of the house, I guess her mom was upstairs in the bathroom, crouching down, and she's like, "What's happening, Mom? What are you doing?" And she said that the snake had found a little hole in the wall in the bathroom, and that the snake went into the hole. And so they tried to pull the snake out. It caused the snake to freak out and go further into the wall. And so they had to call the house manager, and the house manager came, grabbed a crowbar, and started ripping up all the tile and the wall inside of Taylor's bathroom. And keep in mind, Taylor's house is this old home. It's an antique style. So ripping up tiles in an antique home is probably not the greatest thing if you want it to look preserved. And they said, well, we're trying to figure out what was worse, leaving the snake in the wall for Taylor or breaking apart her bathroom. And so Zoe said to the house manager, I will pay for everything. I will get it fixed. Please do not tell Taylor that I destroyed her bathroom until after I get it fixed. And then she called Taylor to tell her, finally can confess. And Taylor's like, oh, you're calling to let me know that you got a snake in my wall and you ripped apart my bathroom. And so the manager clearly did not keep any of it to himself.
That's great.
I think it's so funny.
Zoe, by the way, I don't know. I can't say this is true, but a paparazzi friend of mine just posted a thing on Instagram saying, hey, just here's photos of my setup shot with Zoe Kravitz. And it's her walking up a hotel with a YSL bag. Now, I don't know if she was doing setup shots, but the YSL logo was clearly sticking out. And I was like, oh, this is cool that
people don't realize how normal this is that a big brand, let's say in this situation, YSL would contact and say, hey, we want to get our purse, our new bag or whatever onto a celebrity. We need to get it photographed because this is the organic, guerrilla marketing essentially is get it on someone, take photos paparazzi wise, get it into the magazines. And then once you see a celebrity walking around with the bag in the magazines, you think, oh, that's a cool purse. So this happens all the time. So I would not be surprised. It does,
but you're just seeing bigger and bigger stars doing it these days. And I think that's the part that
why
I enjoy.
not? Dude, you know how easy it is? Hey, imagine this. I am working for YSL. Hey, for $50,000, I need Zoe Kravitz. I'm going to give her a $3,000 bag or whatever. For $50,000, she can walk around for 2 minutes, keep the bag. We just need to get a couple photos. Why would you not do that? That is such a great gig to walk down the street. You don't even have to acknowledge the paparazzi, nothing. Walk with a bag, look good, 50 G's, here you go.
So I help out with a company on the side. And I don't want to say the company, but I deal with all this. I don't want to get weird, but I kind of consult for them. And I have celebrities hit me up all the time looking for deals. Now, the products go for very expensive, over $10,000. And I always try to offer discounts for social media posts. I'm like, hey, listen, I'll give you, save $2,500 for a social media post. If you want to go that route. And they're like, oh, actually, I get paid $15,000 to post. I'm like, but the thing is though, Dax, it's not majority of time, almost every single time, it's not worth it because you're not getting that return. Like I'm not saying, especially for high cost items like a YSL bag. I don't know how many people are saying, "Oh, a YSL bag that's going for 30,000,
but
whatever."
I think at a point for like YSL, that's nothing for them, right? Like that is just exposure. It is awareness. It's an awareness campaign that they're putting out. They want to know people that this new bag is there. The easiest way, it gets up on blogs, it gets in magazines. They probably pay for placement inside the magazines. Not that anyone's reading them anymore, but for them, it's awareness campaign, and they could then use that and put it out, on blogs and stuff as well.
Yeah. Number 4.
Demi Lovato and her ex-boyfriend Joe Jonas reunited for a performance all about Camp Rock. So the group kicked off, the Jonas Brothers kicked off their 20th anniversary tour titled Jonas 20. That was Sunday at MetLife Stadium in their home state of New Jersey. Did you go to it, by the way?
I did not go to it. I did not.
So Kevin, Joe, and Nick were on stage reminiscing about their 2008 hit their Disney movie Camp Rock, and then they brought out Demi Lovato, and of course, the fans went fucking bananas over the two of them being up on stage together. We all know the history of Joe and Demi, and there's been some negative talking between the two, but they've put all of that behind them to do this for their fans. And then they sang some songs from the franchise. They said, "This is me, wouldn't change a thing." And the audience went just absolutely crazy. I can tell you, Demi had basically said that this whole thing, reuniting with the brothers, because she spent a lot of time with them when she was younger, she said that it was very healing, that they came up to like meet her husband, and they spent time together, and they just chatted, and I think it was a really good, happy moment to look back and kind of put the shitty times behind them. And I know that they've talked negatively about each other after their breakup, and it seems all good now.
Yeah, I didn't really know. I'm not like a Jonas Brothers historian. Could have brought someone on to kind of be that Jonas Brothers historian, kind of talk about what went wrong in that relationship between Joe and Demi. But it was actually very cool to kind of, from what I read about it, and to see how bad that history was, to kind of see them come out and kind of come on stage together. I feel like the Jonas Brothers is kind of a unique situation where they're almost like overexposed at this point. Like they just had Jonas Con. Now there's this Jonas Brothers concert, but then all of a sudden Joe Jonas came out with a solo album. I'm kind of like confused on everything that's happening with the Jonas Brothers. I can't follow their storyline. With that said, when it comes down to the music,
what other band though has had like a second revival that like this second chance at fame? Most of them, if you didn't make it the first time or you disappeared, that's it. You're gone. How the Jonas Brothers have been able to come back and like really capture this audience again is someone should do a study on it. That this is not normal.
Well, I think it comes down to the music itself. Joe Jonas is great on social media, so they're really in your face a lot. I also think they look good. Like they're cool. You can make, you want to make fun of them when you're younger because the whole purity ring stuff, and they just seem like the Partridge Family at some point. Like it's just the family, the parents. But now they're older. Obviously, I think that Joe's stuff of him and his divorce kind of made him seem more normal and human rather than some like protective image. Like it sounds weird. Like it's a terrible situation, like a divorce with kids. But in some ways, I think it actually made me kind of be like, oh, he is somewhat normal. It's not like he lives some like perfect life. And again, the music is dope. I'll find myself sometimes listening to a song. I'm like, oh, that's a Jonas Brothers song. I actually like that song. And listen, I'm a guy who could appreciate style. They have good style. There's nothing. It's hard for me not to like them.
I didn't realize you love the Jonas Brothers so much, dude. I didn't realize you were such a fan.
I think they're cool. I think everything they do is very cool.
And yet you still miss their concert when they were 20 minutes away from you.
You know why, dude? I'm sick of going to concerts where I have to stand up the entire time. And if it was sit down, I would do it. But stand up, I'm good. I don't need to rest my legs. By the way,
All
can I
right.
put up something random, Dax?
Yeah.
I'm watching a show on Netflix. It's really
Okay.
good.
What is it?
The Hunting Wives.
Oh, this is the one
Dax,
everyone's been talking about. Isn't it
is
like
everyone
lesbian
talking about
stuff?
this? Yeah, I didn't know if everyone's talking about this.
Yep.
I thought I was like just watching like a girl show. I was like, eh. And then like the first episode, I was like, it's a female show. Then somehow, yes, there's some lesbian stuff. It's really good.
And it, like
I mean,
Brittany
I
Snow is in
recommend
it.
Brittany Snow. She gets naked. She looks good. There we go. I'm complimenting, but yeah, I'd recommend people go check out Hunting Wives if you haven't. I'm sure they have already. I'm sort of probably late to the bubble, but it's the show really hooks you in. The storyline is just it's pretty wild. And again, I thought it was gonna be like a feminine show, girl driven show, but no, it's not. I think anybody can
All
relate to
right.
it. And
I will put it
so
on this. I
check that out.
actually could see myself doing that one. Okay.
Thank you. All right, where are we on now?
We are on number 3. Number 3 is Justin Bieber posted a cryptic post this week on social media and kind of freaked a lot of his fans out. So it looks like it's a screen grab from a group chat. And in there, he says, I'm tired emotionally and physically, and tomorrow's going to be a great day. And then it's a picture of himself crying. And so a lot of fans like, why are you posting up this kind of personal stuff? Like, what's happening? Is everything okay? And with Justin Bieber over the last couple of years, he has ups and downs, and it seems like everything was good. He's putting out new music at this whole thing, and then he posts this, and the next day he says, grateful for a new day, grateful for Jesus. He meets me every morning with forgiveness and love, and I truly don't deserve. So grateful that he gives the love so freely, so graciously, wouldn't be able to get through a day without his love. It meets me at my lowest.
Amen.
So, amen. So, according to everyone around him, he is probably the best he has been in a very long time. He's got his head screwed on. No, he is not doing any drugs, anything like that. I don't know why he struggles so much, though. I feel really bad for him. I know, like, mental illness is no joke, but seeing him up and down, it's like I just want him to be good.
Everyone's going through a battle that we don't really know. So I'm sure there's some things going on there that we don't know the full story. I don't think we'll ever understand his perspective because his reality is
Well, I think
very
that's what's
hard.
hard is people just go, "Oh, you're rich, you're famous, everything should be great," and that is just not the case. Everyone deals with shit on their own in their own right, and he's dealt with a lot of it, I think, over the years, and it haunts him. But according to people around him, he's doing great. His new music, you've said, his new album is phenomenal. I haven't listened to it yet, and you're not the only person. I've had 2 other people tell me I need to listen from like start to finish on his album because it's really, really good.
It's good. It's very good. But yeah, I think we just want to see him good. You see photos of him from like 10 years ago to now, these recent paparazzi photos where he just looks tough and rough. And I think he's got to start growing his hair out again. He's had this shaved head for way too long. Long hair Bieber was a good Bieber, and he's very good at switching his style up. But the shaved head, he just looks angry.
This is what makes me
I
mad.
also think he needs to get out of L.A. Get out of L.A. Go. He has like a house in like
normally lives in
Montana or
like
somewhere like that.
he's got one in
Like
Canada.
I think you gotta go to Canada. Go to the country. Check out.
What pisses me off is that with someone like Bieber, who can have a shaved head or long hair and look good both ways. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Like David Beckham, how can you have long flowy locks and then shave your head and you look good both ways? I can't pull off a shaved head.
I
That's
can't
not
do
fair.
it.
I have to have
No.
hair. Like I can't. If
Yeah.
I shave my head, I look like a fucking cone head, and that's
Yeah.
not fair to me. So I'm just a little bitter.
Yeah, if I shave my head, you'll see the dents in my head from being an abortion survivor. So it's I don't want to do that. I'm
You're such an idiot.
so dumb. All right, moving on. Number two. Number two.
Number 2. All right. If you've been living under a rock, that would be the only way that you did not hear about the fact that Travis Kelce had Taylor Swift on his podcast this week. And it basically broke the entire internet with them talking all about the relationship, her revealing that she has a new album coming out, revealing the artwork for the album cover. It was just like everywhere I looked. I was at the gym this morning and I'm on the stair climber and I'm like, ESPN's on and they're showing clips. Then I look over to the right and like ABC News is on and they've got it. And then you look over one more TV and Fox News, they're talking about it. Then you look over one more, like every single channel was covering this because you've got the celebrity aspect and then you've got the sports aspect, the new album, like everyone felt that they needed to cover it. So they talked about how, they fell in love and that it really, thanks to this podcast was the reason, not our podcast, his podcast, was the reason that, he went to the Taylor Swift concert, then said that he was trying to get her the phone number and then complained. And basically having the podcast got the word out enough that Taylor heard and wanted to meet him. And it was kind of really the budding of the relationship. And they said they sat down and chatted one night. And he said it was the most natural, free-flowing conversation of his life. And they kind of just instantly fell in love with each other. And I don't know. The internet's really pissed off right now about how touchy and lovey and like they're kind of groping each other throughout this entire podcast. And my thing is, y'all a bunch of haters out there because they clearly love each other. They're all over each other. Who cares? Let them be affectionate with each other. Why does everyone have to hate so much on these two? It doesn't even matter. Like, let them hold hands. Let him kiss her on the forehead or kiss her hand. I don't understand why this upsets people so much. It's because you have no love in your life. That is why it bothers you.
You said it best. I agree. I mean, it's some people are just more physical than others. It's the way they show love and accept love. You just hope the people that show it and give it to someone who accepts it in that sort of way. Yeah.
I don't know why. I've never been a huge into like celebrity relationships. It's fun to cover. But for them, I like watching them together. I like that she shows up to his game and supports him, being like one of the biggest celebrities on the entire planet, and the focus on her every time she shows up to the game. I like that he was an unconventional pick for her. I like the whole thing. And so to see them so touchy and lovey, I love every moment of it. I'm not going to hate on it. I don't care how people think it's cheesy or think it's cringe. I don't care. I love it.
Yeah, but you know what it is for me? It's just, that's what it is. It's all about cringe. And the stuff she does, it's who she is. She is cringe. And that's what like JoJo Siwa, she's cringe. And that's what makes you watch her. When you see how Taylor acts with other girls, you watch it even though she's cringe. So it makes you interested in her. And listen, I'm cringe. Everyone has their cringe moments of what they do. You put someone in, I don't want to say you put myself in an uncomfortable situation. I could be cringeworthy. So I'm sure everyone's very guilty of that. It happens. But I'll keep tuning into Taylor. I'm not a Swiftie. When I say I'm not a Swiftie, I'm not obsessed with Taylor Swift. But I don't hate her. I don't hate her at all. I'm not really a fan of the dad because we have beef. If he wants to settle it, we can dance battle, however he wants to do it. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't care. But
I'm going to go.
By the way, Travis Kelce's podcast, I'm curious about how many downloads it actually gets. We see the clips, but I know it does well-ish. But how many people are actually listening to the podcast every week?
I think this is probably one of the most successful podcasts on the planet right now. Not necessarily because of Taylor, but I think once he started dating Taylor and continued to do the podcast, it blew up, right? Everyone was talking about it because you've got all the sports fans tuning in to listen to him and his brother, but then you've got all the like Taylor Swift fans who were tuning in just to be like, oh, is he going to mention her? Is he going to talk about stuff? Her going on the podcast, I know that they were live streaming at one point, that it shut down because there was too many people at once trying to stream it. So I think that this is obviously by far going to be their most downloaded episode, but I'm sure they're already getting millions of downloads. Everyone's freaking out over this. By the way, I'm going to kind of make this also into the number one story because just there's so much about Taylor this week. But she did say that she got her master's back, and she explained that moment of when she was able to buy her master's and how much it meant to her. She said she sent her brother and her mom to Los Angeles to basically deal and do the negotiation. And her mom called her and said, hey, you got him. You got your master's back. You have been fighting for this for a long time. Scooter Braun swooped him up. We all know that she then went and re-recorded all of her songs because she didn't want him getting the money for the masters. She did all this work, and then she was finally able to lock down that deal. And she said that she went to go tell Travis that he was gaming. He put down his remote and was like, what's up? And she just started bawling, fell into his lap crying because she had wanted this moment for so long. And I'm happy for her. I think that if you worked your entire life, this is your body of work. You deserve to own it. She had saved up through like her teenage years to try to buy them. And when they got swooped out from underneath her, it was soul crushing. But she kind of wins out because think about that. Now she has two sources of income from the same song. She's got the Taylor's version of the song, and then she's got the original, and now she owns both.
Yeah, she's. I think we already knew that she was going to redo the originals, and have her just redo.
Well, she already did all that. She did all the work. She put out the music.
Do you think? But do you think Travis even understood what was going on business wise?
I think he's way more. I think he's way more in tune with everything than we think.
Okay, I'm not saying he's not intelligent. I'm just saying like that's a whole business side that even myself, most people don't really know. So I guess you start to learn that. But she can explain that side.
If you're dating Taylor Swift and that is a big part of her life, she's going to explain it to him. Like she also talked about on the podcast how she knew absolutely nothing about football when they started dating.
And that was funny. That was a
it is
story.
Funny. She even said like she realized how dumb her comment was when she first met his brother. And I think the first question she asked is like, oh, so what was it like being at the Super Bowl and both you and your brother being on the field at the same time? And he's like, yeah, well, we weren't because we're both on offense. So we can't be on the field at the same time, And so she kind of laughs about that moment, but how much she's learned and how much now she is like into football and she is enjoying it and she likes to go to the games. I think it's cute.
Yeah, no, that part was funny. If I could interview Travis and Taylor and I could ask anything.
Yeah.
Anything. If you could ask anything, what would your first question be?
Well, you go with your first question first.
There's two. My question was, did you guys have to sign NDAs for this relationship? So if it doesn't go the right way.
I like that one. My question would be like, what is the thing that annoys you the most about the other person?
You could ask him anything and what annoys you about the other person. I would say, how long did you guys...
Yeah, because
my second question would be, how many times did you guys go out until you guys slept with each other?
Oh my God.
That's how many that's...
No, because I would want to know, like, everyone sits there and looks at him and they're like, oh, your life's perfect. But there's going to be something that annoys the fuck out of the other person. Whether it's like, oh, I hate that, she takes a shower and she leaves her hair in the shower, but bothers the shit out of me. There's going to be something that the other person does, and I feel like that's what makes them relatable. That's what I want to know.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
fair enough.
And then continuing on, because this is also my number one topic, she did reveal that she's got her new album coming out, and it's called Life of a Showgirl, and she revealed the album cover. It's her. It looks like in a bathtub in some sparkly outfit, and a lot of Vegas style looking photos with her, the big headdresses on and fancy outfits. But she basically said that while she was on her Eras tour, she was traveling and also trying to record this album. And she literally, her life was like a showgirl. She is performing and then recording and like doing all these things, flying around the world to do it. I forget where she said she was flying to. It was like Switzerland or something to record the album. But she said it literally was a crazy time in her life, but she liked being really creative, but exhausting at the same time. So
a lot of Taylor Swift this week in the Raw Rundown, Dax.
No kidding, man. It's like we might as well just call this the Swift Down because every single story seemed to she played a part in somehow.
Wild. Well, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow me at Adam Glyn. Follow Dax Holt at Dax Holt. Check out our private Facebook group, Off the Record. Fun community. We all talk to each other. See you guys next week. What am I saying? I didn't even say that. We'll see you next week. I just mumbled for some reason. I don't know.
Bye.
Tired. Bye.
Guys, hope you liked that video. We got a lot more where that came from.
Hit that bell, like, subscribe, share with a friend. The best you can do to support us is really doing that. And we really need the money because we need hair gel.